In this homework video, we are going to learn the classroom expectation for Mrs. Sherman's class. So you should right now have your spiral open in front of you. You should have a pencil with an eraser, and you should be ready to take some notes. So the first thing we're going to do is title this assignment. So we're going to title it with today's date. So 9 for September, and then whatever day it is after that. And then we're going to write homework, or HW, so that when we're checking back through our notebook, we know that this was a homework assignment. And then classroom expectations. Okay. And so everything that I write down, you are going to write down too. And if there's anything you're confused about, you can rewind and rewatch it. So for expectations, my expectations for entering the room are: wait at the door until the classroom is ready. I will welcome you in when I'm ready. Enter with soft voices, so you're just having a conversation with the person next to you, not someone across the room. That would be level 2. Have all your materials with you for class. Next, let's do the expectations for warm-up time. First, you can begin warm-up right away. You don't need to wait for the bell. You should be working quietly. That means the only voices I should hear would be a whisper, asking your neighbor for help when you get stuck. And finally, be ready to show me your homework. So don't make me wait while you finish the problem you're working on. As soon as I come up to you, flip to your homework so that I can see it. And finally, warm-up is just about the only time of the day when I cannot answer math questions because I need to be checking the homework. So if you're not sure how to do the warm-up, you can whisper to ask your neighbor, or just wait and ask me when we go over the warm-up. Now let's talk about independent work time. Notice that I've switched to a new page. You're probably still on that first page though, so just keep working right underneath where you were before. During independent work time, it should be quiet, so the only voices should be a whisper when you're stuck. If you need help from a teacher, just raise your hand and I or another teacher will come help you. If you finish early, just double check your work and then wait patiently. And you are always free during this time to get up and sharpen your pencil, grab a tissue, grab a Band-Aid, do any of those things that you need to do. All right, now for pairs and group work, the expectations are mostly the same. The only difference is the volume level. I understand that volume is going to be a little bit different. So for pairs work, I expect the volume to stay at about a 2, which means that the person next to you can easily hear you. And then for a group, I expect it to be either a 2 or a 3. I know sometimes it'll need to be a 3, but most of the time groups can still keep it around a 2. And all the other expectations are the same. So when your whole group agrees that you need help, raise your hand. If your whole group finishes early, double check everything and then wait patiently. And if anyone in your group needs to move around the room for some reason, they're free to do so. They are not free to move around the room and socialize, of course. And finally, let's talk about our expectations for the end of class. So make sure to always wait to start packing up until we're done with our class activities and I've said it's time to pack up. Carefully put all your materials back in their correct locations in your binder. Push in your chair and stand next to it. And then wait near your desk until the bell rings. We do not line up at the door. All right, and then at the end of every video, there's always going to be a practice problem. And so this is a problem that you are going to try and do on your own, and the answer to it is not going to be in the video. So I'm going to say, pause the video, please, and figure out when should you start the warm-up. I'm looking for a few words in your answer here. You can re-watch the video if you need to. If you think you might have missed it, you can look back at your notes because you should have that written down in there somewhere. And then once you have it, you write it down in your spiral as part of your homework. And I'm going to check that part when I come around and look at your homework when it is due. Don't be afraid to re-watch as needed. Congratulations, you have finished your first homework video.